Oh, gee, I gotta make this quick, but this was what this was all leading up to. I just got finished doing that first video. It is going, oh crap, it's almost 1 o'clock. I need some sleep for work. But, you know, these are all, are they all 11 stars? 11, 11? Yeah, these are all 11 stars. They're all spaceships. So we've got to see, I know there's one spaceship card I know of. I think it came out on wave 3. We've got to see some more spaceship cards. And I could even utilize them with, you know, my Spetabots, because I made them spaceships. And and I got to thinking, you know, I've seen where some people have done, and it's hard to do Megatrons because their star counts are always so high, except this one, who was only 7 stars, and he was in that set, you know, with Bumblebee and Windblade and that. And he's not a great Megatron, but it's just a standard little card. It's just to get you used to the game. But, you know, he's 7 cards, so you could mix him in with some stronger regular characters. And then I got to thinking about the Optimus Primes. And these are the only Primes I have. Do I have the OPBL? No, I'm not going around buying boxes and boxes of multiple cases of cards. This is all I've got. And I don't get to play with anyone else either, so what's the point? But, you know, I have at least these 3 primes, these 2 standard size, and the combiner one. And the least you can do is at least put 2 of these 3 together and have a couple of star cards. You know, these would be 22. These would be 23 or 23. You could put in the, you know, the Ultra Magnus armor mixed in with with either grouping. I did find my 4 bumblebees. They were right in front of me the whole time. Brave warrior, least likely, most dangerous, trusted lieutenant, and courageous scout. And they're all different starred cards. The highest bumblebee that I have is a 10. You got 10, a 9, a 7, and a 6. No, 9 and 7 is 16, plus 6 is 22. So you could have these 3 together, but not him because he's 10. With that canister light. So, you know, it's hard to mix some of your bumblebees together as clever as you'd like, you know. Now, here are all our Fembots. You know, Captain Alita 1. I mean, she's you know, 17, 12 stars. This is the cheapy Windblade, the 5-star card. Then you got the 2 Flame Wars from, you know, Wave 1, Wave 3. Wave 3? Yeah, Wave 3. Yeah, get it right. Chromia RC and Chromia. They're way up there. Now, the way this would work is that you could have Sergeant Chromia and Private RC with Windblade and Wave 1 Flame War. You could have all 4 of these together. Or you could have one of these 2 with her, or one of these 2 with her. Because, you know, these equal 15, and you could add these 2 in, or either way. I mean, you can mix these up fairly well, but almost having to leave Alita 1 almost out of it, or Captain Alita 1. Or you could do, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pick one of these. And that's kind of, you know, why they have these separated, so you can see the 5s easily, because it's easier to count by 5 than counting all the stars out. You know, that's why they got those dividing lines there. So you could have, either 3 of these or these 3 here as a team. And then we have the Skywarps, Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 3. And I think they did this on purpose. Skywarp, the G1 toy, was one of the best looking Seekers we had. You add them all together, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have 1 left for a star card. These total 24. You can have them all together as a set. Okay, now these are neat because originally I had these 3 paired up, which equals 25. 8 and 8 is 16, 16 and 9 is 25. But now with the release of Wave 3, we can actually put Trigger Happy in there. Now, while I did like this Dirge, he was a little weak, and Trigger Happy is so much better with being able to, when you just simply transform and flip him, you can pull out a weapon from your scrap and put it in your hand. He has Pierce 4 on the other side, instead of just the Pierce 1 that Dirge had. So, get out of there. Just scoot. You don't belong anymore. So these 3 would make a pretty good team together. Now, note, I don't have all the Starscreams. I know there's like a super rare Starscream wearing a crown, King Starscream or something like that. I'm only going by possibilities that most of us probably have. Not the big guys that are able to go online and say, hey, I get free cards. Here's a promo. This is coming. This is, whatever. So I'm not making fun of them. I love them to death. I just, I'm not a big name, but I love the artwork. Just love the artwork. Now, Starscream is a very, very popular character, more popular than Megatron, almost more popular than even Optimus Prime himself. But his cards here, 12, 11. I mean, you could use these 2 in a 23-star deck with a couple of star cards in there. And he's 10, he's 5. Again, this is the cheap Starscream with only 7 health. He's very weak. He's very vanilla. I mean, he has tough 1, but whoop-de-doo. But, if you have 15 stars here, we could bring in a Skywarp, or in maybe a Thundercracker and have a couple of stars left over for star cards. Of course, then it's 1 less health than Skywarp. But, what's that total? What? 35 versus 36. I mean, that's not that bad for a plain team. Again, we have like Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 3. They're all Prowl. You could play these all together and still have, 2 slots for battle cards. For say maybe 2 fuel caches or 1 Ultra Magnus armor. And since he's an Autobot, you could use it. Okay, and I did a video before where I actually played with these guys. I called it Ironsides versus I forgot who. But I mean these Ironhides total 22 stars. So you can add in like 3 fuel caches or a full loadout or the Ultra Magnus armor and maybe another star card. No, you couldn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, Yeah, 22. Yeah, you could use up to 3 starred battle cards. So that's a possibility too. But then again, you know 10 and 12. I mean, that's only a health of 29. Um, I mean, the Star Screams put together, like I said, was like what 35, 36, almost the cost of a combiner. And then we've got Dinobots. I'm not doing a bunch of scenarios. I'm not even touching the Insecticons, and I've played with those before. But you could use these guys here. I apologize. I've got to clean this floor. I've got to vacuum it. Got to find time to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. 25. Sludge, Grimlock, and Snarl. Of course, this is the combiner Snarl. I do not have Wave 1 Snarl. Now, if we wanted to, we have Wave 1 Swoop. If we can get this glare out of my way. 11 minutes. Oh, come on, people. Help me out here. 13 and 10. So already that's 23 health. And like I mentioned before with the Ironhides, their health is low together. They're fun to play with. They're fun to play with. But with health that low combined, you're probably going to die. You're probably going to lose. So, what's my star count here? This is 6. I can't see it in the light. 6 and 9 is 15. So, we could add Grimlock into this, and they would be 25. You could have 2 Grimlocks and a Swoop, and a total health of like 35. That's not bad. That's about average. And these are just these are just 6-starred characters, where I'm sure early on in like Wave 1, most people are probably putting 4 of these together or 3 of them together in a 7-star character. And now we have this guy, so you could, his health is 10, which is about the same as, say, Red Alert for a 6-star, even though he's 7. It's still a Megatron, I don't know. If you want to play with more basic cards together and have like pick 3 in a Megatron or another 7-star character, or 4 of these in a 1-star battle card. Now that we have them, these guys are really fun to play with. Ransack is an interesting character to play with, whether you are playing with Insecticons or not. And so when you put these two together, they're both tanks. Et cetera, having your cars, your trucks, your et cetera, your whatever. But I'm going to call it a night, and I didn't even go over those guys. So I'm tired. It's 1 o'clock. I'm going to bed. I didn't mean to be up this late. So thanks for being with me if you held out this long, and we'll see you next time. Have a great night.